Alright, so we're back here with another review, this time of fan favorite, and I can't really say it's one of my favorites, but it's not my number one favorite, if that makes sense. But yes, Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, directed by Chuck Russell, and there was a script with Wes Craven, but then he was also working, I believe, on Deadly Friend at the time, so he wasn't as involved. And then they threw his script out, and then they wanted to rewrite stuff. So really, it was Chuck Russell also who wrote the script, along with Frank Debront and Bruce Wagner, Wager. But like the original Wes Craven script for Part 3 was way more ambitious. Of course, I guess the studio can really provide that really what he wanted to do. He wanted to take it to a whole new level and stuff, but this one pretty much it's Nancy. She comes back as Heather Langenkamp comes back as Nancy. She comes back to help these kids, the last remaining Elm Street children, pretty much. They're all held up in this hospital, mental hospital, and they're trying to survive Freddy, pretty much. So, oh, and we also have a little cameo role for Lawrence Fishburne, who was not on the documentary for this. I don't get why. Maybe he didn't want to talk about it, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah, this one, the acting's great in it. The phrases of Freddy, his uh, his phrases, one-liners. They made him more comedic a bit in this one. Um, which again, after watching the first one and the second one, back to back, I do kind of miss the darker Freddy. But I mean, part 4 is my favorite, my number one favorite. So I'm like, Um, also, um, yeah, a lot of fans pretty much like this one, um, or love it. Really, they either say it's the best one after the first one, which I mean, I watched this one a lot growing up. Um, the music in it is awesome. The Dawkins song, I always remember watching that at the end of the credits. They would show on VHS. They would show the music video. Uh, but yeah, it's I still enjoy it. I don't know why I'm blanking because um, yeah, Robert Englund is as Freddy. He's amazing in this. Kincaid's funny also. He has some funny lines. Um, the annoying doctor, older lady. I didn't care for her character. Um, I guess you're not supposed to. Now the idea of Dream Warriors with the whole you can fight Freddy in your dreams. You have powers or whatever. Really, Taryn doesn't really have uh powers if you think about it. Like she doesn't really have powers. We didn't get to see what uh Prime TV girl got because Freddy kills her. Um, Joey's is pretty much siren, pretty much. Philip, I don't know what he would have been. I guess a puppet master, but then he dies. So, um, but yeah, like a lot of them don't. Kirsten's powers, she doesn't really have powers, but she, I guess, acrobatic. So I guess that's power. Um, but yeah, also behind the scenes of this, apparently, Jack, or not Jack, Chuck Russell, he was a bit of a douchebag during the making of this. Like he was kind of rude with some of the people, you know, um, and the effects that they did, some of them weren't working, so then people had an attitude about it. They were on a tight schedule, then they were behind schedule because of the effects. that they wanted to do. Freddy's lookiness is great. The makeup of him is great. Um, yeah, overall, I still enjoy it. I still like it. It's fun still watching it. Uh, Nancy dying at the end, I never cared for it. I didn't never hate it, but I don't like how she believes like after Joey. There's this cool scene where it's like a funhouse hallway, like or it's like a multi-mirror hallway of a haunted house, and they all get pulled in each mirror, and then Joey's in the corner, and he just screams, and then they're all able to burst out of the mirrors. I didn't like the fact that Nancy after that is like, it's over, and then she's like celebrating with them, and then uh, John Saxton's character, he becomes a drunk pretty much. He dies, but pretty much Nancy gets tricked by Freddy, which I'm like, come on, Nancy, you could have been more smarter. You're smarter than that. But she dies, and then they do this cool stop motion thing with his bones uh, sequence, which I thought was cool. Of course, it was funny where he tries to. I guess he knocks the one doctor guy into the grave, but then instead of I don't know decapitating him or something, he just decides to dig him a few dirt. He like puts a little bit of dirt on him, and then he's like, "All right," and then cheers, and then he falls apart, and then goes retrieves back into the dream world. I'm like, you didn't even try to kill that guy, really. You killed Nancy's dad, but you didn't kill that. And they do give Freddy a backstory in this, which is pretty cool. Tragic, really, but also gross. Um, yeah, the lady that plays his mom, she did a very creepy, good job, like telling the story of his mom, of Amanda Krueger, which is pretty much expanded in fifth one more a bit. Um, but yeah, I would say it's still a good watch. Still holds up as the rest of them do. Really, all of them hold up to me. But, you know, yeah. On to the next one.